So next locator is xPath. xPath is nothing but is your XML path. Okay, so XML is a language, right? So in that language, you will use multiple tags, right? And in that using, you will have to use couple of expressions there from that that language, and those expressions are used to create your XPath. Right, so you don't have to go into that detail. What is like how it is actually that language is actually written. So you just need to know like how can I write my XPath. XPath is basically defined in XML path, right? So it is a syntax, or I would say the language for finding any element on the web page. Using XML expression. Okay. Now the basic syntax for XPath is you use 2 forward slashes, then tag name for that element, that web element. Here you will use attribute name @attribute name equal to, in single quotes you will write attribute value. Okay, so this is my basic syntax for writing a simple XPath. So first would be my 2 forward slashes, then the tag name for that element. Now my square brackets will start, and here using I will give the attribute name. Attribute name could be anything. It could be any of your locator, it could be anything else, equal to the attribute value, whatever the attribute value I have within the single quotes, and then closing square brackets. Right, we will see a couple of examples for this syntax. Now I am having 2 types of XPath. So first is your native XPath, or your absolute XPath. Okay, and second is your relative XPath. Okay, native XPath is nothing but you are writing the XML expression is starting from the head node of a HTML DOM, right? So it would start from your head node, let's say HTML followed by your head, followed by your body, then let's say for table it's table TD TR or etc, right? TR or TD. So this is your absolute XPath, which starts from your head node. Relative XPath would be like it would start from anywhere in the DOM, right? It's not like it would start from the head node only, and basically it starts from single slash. The absolute XPath starts from single slash, and the relative XPath would start from double slash. This syntax is basically for relative XPath. It's not for absolute XPath. Now this relative XPath would provide the relative path. Would provide the relative path. Okay, it is like, what I can say, that it is like finding the element within the web page using XML operation in between, and anywhere in between, using XML operation anywhere in between. So it necessarily need not to start from the head node, right? So I can start my XPath. I can start writing my XPath anywhere in the middle of the DOM, and then I can go up to that element. Okay, example for this could be like table is my tag name, and within that table I am let's say I am using some attribute, let's say class, and then let's say value, and here it's closing. Okay, now we will see couple of examples here, right? How to locate the XPath. So let's go to any web page and you tell me how can I locate the XPath. So inspect, let's say I'm trying to locate this image, this Facebook text. How will I locate that using XPath? So first you will have to click on inspect on the page, then you will see this DOM structure, and here you will have to press Ctrl F to just locate the XPath, right? And here I'm looking to write my customized XPath. How will I write any XPath for this Facebook text? I want to locate this, and this is the source I'm getting for this image. How will I write, guys?
Double slash.
Double slash.
Name. That is
name.
Tag name. What is the tag name here?
img.
IMG. Good. Yeah. Sitara, now.
Square brackets.
Yeah.
@
Good. Then.
Attribute name.
What attribute should I use here? I am having couple of attributes. I am having class. I am having src. I am having alt. So which attribute I should use here?
Class.
Okay, instead of class, if I have anything, if I want to use anything else,
You can use src or alt also.
Alt also. So let's use alt this time. Alt equal to
Value. So that would be Facebook.
Facebook, right? And then closing. So yeah, so with this XPath, I can locate this element uniquely, right? When you see this yellow highlighted text on your DOM, it means the element is uniquely located. And here you can see 1 of 1. Okay, so I can use this XPath and then probably I can get the text of this image. Let's try this. So let me write new line, driver dot find element y dot XPath, and here let's say get text, and this I am storing in, let's say, text. And this I am printing system.out.println and then text facebook.com. Okay, so let's see if I'm getting the correct text for this image or not. What exception I am getting? No such element exception. Unable to locate element method class. Oh, okay. So we did this mistake. 1 second. Since it cannot read this text from here, let's try with another text. So for this, if I'm looking to write xpath for this text area, how can I do that? This is heading to H2.
So tag name would be h2. Attribute we have only
H2. Attribute we have only class, right?
yeah.
Class
So
which
that
is
would
starting with
be _8.
underscore
The value.
8 ESO. Yeah, so I am able to get this. Seems there was no text for this. That's the reason it did not give anything. And this, let's try with this if I'm getting any text here. Okay, let's try with this. Yeah, so here I am getting the text. Facebook helps you connect and share with people in your life. Understood, right? How to write a simple XPath. So it would start from your 2 /, then your tag name attribute equal to any attribute. Right, so any attribute name and then its corresponding value. Is it making sense, guys?
Okay, so Nitin, just in case if we try to find the XPath for login button, in that case the text would be login, right? Just login. It will
Which one?
return
This one.
yeah.
Okay, so you see what all attributes I am having. So for login button I am having button is a tag name, then value equal to 1, class I am having, name, data test ID I am having, submit type equal to submit, ID equal to this, and then finally this button tag is closing. Okay, so login I don't have anything called login here.
Okay.
So this is the text before, but I will have to click on that, right? So I will have to use any of the attribute here.
So even for this, there won't be any text, is what. So I think the last class.
Let's try this. Let's try
Yeah.
this if we are getting the text or not. So button, and here let's say I'm using name as login. Name as login. Okay, so I could locate this element uniquely. Now let's go to Eclipse and replace this XPath and then get text, right? You want to get the text of that.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if we are getting the text from that button or not. Yeah, we are getting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there are plain text, it will display. Even if there is a button with a text, it will display.
So what else you want to verify? So let's say I want to get the text of this link, forgotten password. Okay. Text of this link. So this is also having the text. It will return forgotten password. So this href is very long, right? Can you see the href is very long, and it's not advisable to use such a long href value. So what I can use here, I should have used text value. So that's the next one. Okay, before that, I will tell you something else about this xpath. So let's say you have couple of elements on your web page, and for all those web page, the kind of attribute you are trying to use for locating that is common, right? So you can use two attributes also. Instead of one, you can use multiple attributes also. So I can use like, instead of this, I can use like here I have used only one attribute, but now I want to use more than one attribute. So tag name attribute one, and then next attribute at the rate attribute name equal to attribute value. Okay, so this will also be possible here. So let's say for this, right, for email field, I'm having a lot of attributes, and I want to use two attributes, right? So input at the rate, let's say type equal to text. Okay, so let's say my type equal to text is not enough, and this also. Okay, let me take input text. Instead of text, let me take input text class. Input at the rate class equal to is also not common. So do we have anything common here? Let's go here, see if I can get anything common here. Type equal to text for this, and for this also type equal to password. So this is also not common. Yeah, see, this is type equal to text. So control F, and here input at the rate type equal to text. See, I'm getting 4 elements with this xpath, right? So I used one attribute at the rate type. The value of that attribute is text, right? So type, and the value of that attribute is text. Now I want to locate any element, any single element. So for that, how would I use? So I will have to use maybe more than one attribute to locate this element, specific element, right? So I use type, but with the help of type, it was not locatable. So let's say I'm using ID also, right? So I am using at the rate ID equal to and then the value here. I can get that element uniquely. So likewise, I can combine more than two xpath. Getting it? When it might be required for you to combine two xpath. Sitara, Naresh?
Yes, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yes.
So instead of one, I have used two attribute this time to get the item uniquely. Okay, and when I use this, I will be able to locate this only, this email address. Okay. If you don't use this second xpath, I'm getting four elements with this. So first is your, this box, this search box, which is also having type equal to text. Then I am having this email address input field, then again email address input field, and then enter your email ID. So there are four text box here, which is having type equal to text. And to identify anyone uniquely, I will have to combine it with another xpath. Got it? So here I am using two xpaths. Okay. Now I can use and or also. So and as in, like, if both of them are available, then I'll get that xpath. I'll get that locator. Okay. So I can use and or also. So tag name this and this. Okay. Or instead of and or. So if either of the xpath is available, it will locate. So or as in, if this is true or this is true or both are true, right? Then I will be able to locate that element. And in this case, if this is true and this is true, if both are true, then only I will get that locator. Please note down these syntaxes, guys. So we will proceed further. Okay. So these are the simple type of xpaths which you can practice as of now, right? So you can pick any of the web page, and then you can identify your